Welcome back to the Gunn Show, my friends. We're always excited to have you, and I have a very exciting guest today. But before I even get to my guests, I got two great friends with me today as well. I got Eddie and Megan. Welcome back to the Gunn Show, my friends. This is the VIP edition. We're going to talk Spinner, and we're going to talk IMTS. Salim is a very famous young man, and we are excited to talk Spinner once again. Great relationship, friendship, partnership as well. And we will be on the Spinner booth on Wednesday from 12:30 to 2:30. That's the MTD team. We want to see you, but by all means, show up to Spinner's booth Monday through Saturday. Show up every day. It'll be fun. The booth number is 339448. This will be at IMTS. Salim, thank you so much for being here. Easy first question. What are we excited about at IMTS on the Spinner booth that everyone can come see?
Well, this is exciting, being able to be here with you guys and, letting everybody know that this is going to be a party for the machine tool industry. So we want to be part of that party. We want you guys to join us not only with the videos, but come and see these Spinner machines. We are going to have quite an improvement from our first time at IMTS. Spinner had the first machine in 2022. One machine.
Was it really just one then?
Machine.
Wow.
One machine. We were out in the corner out there,
And what was that trade show I saw you at recently where you had 3 machines, but a much smaller show than IMTS?
PMTS.
So PMTS, you had 3 machines. IMTS was 1 machine. How many are we going to see in 2024?
We're going to see 6 machines.
Nice.
Right. So we're moving forward a little bit. So we're excited about that, a little bigger. And with that comes a lot more, opportunity to show all our milling, our turning, and all the different technology that we have been showing in Europe for years. EMO, AMB, all those big shows that they do in Europe. But now, finally, we're going to be able to show all that here in North America.
I did research for my next opportunity because I wanted to write a book. And I came across this statistic that 70% of small business owners want to fund their retirement through the sale of their business, when in fact only 20% of them actually had a saleable business. And it broke my heart anticipating the fact that baby boomers, there was a light at the end of the tunnel, and in fact it was a train. And so I really wanted to do something about that. So I wrote a book called Scaling the Exit. The purpose of the book was to articulate a strategy for small to medium-sized business owners to increase the value of their business to the extent that they could actually sell it and fund their retirement. And that was really the first iteration of what became EBITDA Growth Systems and our brand promise, which is to double the valuation of small, medium-sized businesses, specifically in terms of an exit, but double their valuation, or we give them their money back.
When you and I first met, we discussed that Spinner is so incredibly famous in Germany. We all know that to be true. It's tried and true for a long time. At EMO, what was it, 22, 26? How many machines were on your booth at EMO?
We had 23 machines.
23 machines. So knowing the size of Spinner there, when we first met, you said, you know what? We're going to bring this to the U.S. We're going to make it exciting in the U.S. It's almost like a relaunch here in the U.S. And we've been working together on that. And I think you've done that. Seeing your team grow so quickly, seeing all your service engineers, your sales guys. The last time we were just finished visiting your friends up in Minnesota, Source Machine Alliance, I believe?
Yes.
You had 10 machines there.
Yes.
You had automation set up. You had milling set up. You had turning set up. You had your B-axis heads, your triple turrets. I got to talk with Tony Campos, a longtime friend of. So your growth is astounding. I want to talk about a couple pieces of technology where people who come to your booth can really go, okay, I can win in my factory with this machine. I know I can do more in my factory with this machine. We'll back it up with service and support, of course. And then after you do that, let's get Eddie and Megan involved because I know they have questions as well.
I already have like 5.
Already?
Yeah.
That didn't take long, did it?
No.
Do you want to start?
No,
Salim looks like he's ready to hear it.
I want to hear more about your technology because I became familiar with Spinner through another organization that I used to work for. So I just want to hear more about your technology, and then I can ask my question.
The other 5, or is there 4 left?
I can ask my other 5.
Okay.
So the technology. Well, so Spinner is kind of unique because, everybody talks about the German technology and everybody kind of want to kind of take advantage of the traditional reputation of German technology. But Spinner has actually been around since right after World War II, since 1949.
Okay.
So we have over 75 years of a family, privately owned company. Picture a small town in rural Munich, right outside of the city, called Sauerlock. And this family, they design, they engineer, they build these machines, and it's a craft for them, you know. Of course, in Germany, you know, one by one for over 75 years, they've managed to now, I think in Germany, they sell about 500 to 600 machines a year. So the volume has grown. The technology is basically to design a machine from the perspective of the operator. Number one, the ergonomics. You know, somebody's going to be working there all day. And how am I going to have a technology that will allow me, like Tony was saying, to win, right? And we know we win by having a faster cycle time, precision parts, not having bad parts every time that you operate. But, you know, a lot of machines can offer that. But how do you offer that in a small footprint? How do you offer that in a way that doesn't hurt my operator or operators, and in a way that will allow me to grow the shop where, you know, then our goals meet, right? We don't want just to sell you one. I always say this, right? We want a shop full of spinner machines. So we're, to Tony's point, we're starting to see that now here in North America. We're starting to see not only at the shows, when we got one machine in 2022, now 6, but we now have shops that have 3 or 4 or 5 spinners. So it's starting to grow in that way as well.
So is it safe for me to assume then that your presence here in North America hasn't really been known since fairly recently? Because from what you were saying and from what you're saying now, you haven't really been well known in North America. So when did that strategy happen for you to say, okay, we really need to hit North America and more specifically the United States? Like when did that?
Right. So I think Spinner, as a company, they realized that the North American brand was not developed whatsoever, to the point where very few people in the machine tool industry. I mean, we're talking about people that have been in machining for 30 years.
Yeah.
And they will tell us, I've never heard of Spinner. On the other hand, we will see people that, you know, had an opportunity to go to EMO, right, and see 20 machines or something and tell us, how is it possible that this is the first time you come here now? Yeah. The reason for that is, you know, every market is different. North American market, we're used to it, but even within our country, the different regions are different. New England is going to be different than California, right? And so it takes an understanding of what the customers are looking to accomplish to be able to take that technology, right, and translate it into something that will make a machine shop owner happy about making that investment.
So how are those conversations then with the individuals here in North America? Because depending on where you are marketing at, the culture is going to be a little bit different, right? So how do you change your conversation to really get people to be like, yeah, I want to work with Spinner and that's the machines that I want in my shop?
Right, so people already know the advantage of German technology. Precision, well-built, right? They're reliable, they're going to last a long time, the parts are going to look beautiful. What's different is, oh, you're a German brand? Yeah, you know, we have a little bit of a difficult time working with Germans. And this is like a rumor that was built over all these years of changes in manufacturing. But the reality is that I think that's more of a misunderstanding. You know, I think that, you know, when they see that we're a global company, that the German team is there to support us from a technical standpoint that we couldn't achieve here in just 2 or 3 years, right? But at the same time, you have our team here that Tony was alluding to. Yeah. It's growing. It's growing not just in numbers. The quality of the people that we are bringing is second to none. You know, he talked about Tony Campos, one of our applications engineers. He's a turning wizard, right? Multi-turret wizard. He's learned it in different brands. He fell in love with our machines. So he said, I want to work with you. And we're seeing that in every one of the team members. So when you put these high quality guys, right, available to our customers, and they see that this is not whether you're German, Japanese, American, or whatever, right? It's just about whether you care about the work that you're doing, and not only just here, buy this machine, and I'll see you on the next one, but staying engaged and supporting them to make sure they win,
Yeah.
That's it. And so they're seeing that.
And I see that on LinkedIn a lot. You guys are really an exciting team. Every single post that I've seen, either on LinkedIn or other social media channels, you guys look like you're having a really fun and good time. And I get a little bit jealous that I'm not involved in those events.
No, you are. You are for sure.
I'm definitely inserting myself now to be involved.
Wednesday, 12:30 to 2:30 at IMTS. We'll have to put you on that booth.
So, but I don't want to steal away Eddie's thunder. So Eddie, if you have questions.
Oh, you're good. I've just been
How's
sitting
your
here
show?
being pumped about the fact that you refer to it as a party, and you don't even know me, and you invited me. That's so sweet.
Yes, bring something.
That's so sweet of you. So
Bring a gift.
Love the idea of it just being a party because there's celebration involved.
Yes.
And then when you were describing how your machines are made, one of my favorite words in the human language is just, or the English language, I should say, is empathy. And I feel throughout that process, building it with the user and the operator in mind, with the machine shop owner in mind, I think really is a testament to speak to not only your success in Germany, but your continued success and growth within the U.S. But knowing that, we're talking about a huge show that's coming up, and you have specifically selected 6 machines. I want to know what you can tell us about these machines and also the intention, because you have lots of machines you could bring. You have picked 6 of them specifically. What do we need to know?
Yeah, great question. 23 at Emo, 6 here. I want to know more about
Yeah,
those too.
right.
Great question.
Someone was intentional.
You know, everything is intentional. And I'm going to go back a little bit. I will answer your question, but I will say, I'm going to steal this from Axel Spinner, is that we're in the machine tool business because we love machine tools. Not just for money, not just for having a business, but because we love what we do and we love what our customers do. So we pick the machines, right? So we got this big show. We're spending a lot of money to be there. We want to see potential customers and current customers. We see all our friends in the industry. We want to show off, right? So one of the, and thank you for that question, by the way, because many times people think that spinner is only turning, but it turns out we also have turn milling or mill turning, whatever name you use. Different companies use different names, but this has become a category in itself. And for that, we have the micro turn. So the micro turn is our mill turn. We're going to have one of those. It's a mill turn, main spindle, sub spindle, with a turret, with B-axis, capabilities for 5-axis. So we're gonna be showing this machine at the show. We're gonna have a multi-turret machine. It's our TTS. It's a representative of our TTS family. So the TTS family, it's one of our growing families within the company, within the product offering. Now we have the small TTS, the big TTS, and this is one of the medium-sized TTS, if you would. It's the bigger one in the smaller ones. So it's a TTS 65 millimeter capacity, and with 3 turrets. So a machine that a lot of shops are still getting comfortable with, but when they put it in the shop, they realize, wow, there's a lot going on, but I can get this part out of this machine in one up quickly, and it looks beautiful. It's done, ready to ship. So that's the kind of stuff that we want to show people. We know, they don't have operators. They're trying to optimize every resource that they have. We're also, because we want to make sure that everybody knows that we have our milling capabilities, going to have a few milling machines. So we're going to have our U5 1530, which is a unique machine to us, 5-axis and 3-axis in the same machine. I think that there's been a lot of curiosity about this machine because you don't see this machine normally. It will give you some capabilities and some innovation. So one of the things we wanted to do in IMTS is not just bring the same machine that everybody's bringing. What's the point to go into a show if you own a shop, if you're not going to find anything new, right? That makes no point. Everybody can understand what is already there, and they know, and they go online and they look. We know that. But I think aside from some 5-axis, with a combination with 3-axis machining. We're also going to have also an independent 5-axis machine with certain capabilities included in the footprint. And I saw this actually in one of the MTD videos from England. And I was realizing how important it was for the customer to have a small footprint. When somebody tells me, a customer, this machine does the same thing that that machine, I'm not too excited. But when he tells me it doesn't have the space, I was like, wow. That is amazing, right? So we want to show the ability not only to do a good job, to do in half the space or maybe something close to that, but to bring some innovation, right? So I think the microturn is a machine that a lot of people in North America are excited about. the multi-turn machines, the 5-axis machines, and really understanding all the possibilities for different automation that we're going to be able to integrate with this. So we are selecting the machines that we think that are going to bring the most value to somebody coming to the show, visiting, and when they get to our booth, hopefully saying, wow, man, I never seen that before. I expect a lot of that because in 2022, what is this? It's Spinner. I never heard of this.
What is this one machine going on over here in the corner?
But no more. You're taking care of that this
right.
year, right? You're taking care of it this year. Yes.
Look, right now, kids are looking at what they're going to be doing in the future, and some of them don't even know what a career in manufacturing could look like. So what we're trying to do is support organizations and initiatives that are telling kids what a career in manufacturing is. So help us give back by purchasing Shop Floor Coffee. You can find us at shopfloorcoffee.com. We're on LinkedIn. Contact us. Let us know how we can support you and your organization.
Well, I think that definitely answers the question. I'm going to elaborate a little bit on that because I like your machines a lot, Salim, and we have a couple of minutes left to do that. But as we wrap this up, just to kind of expand on a couple of those things coming from the machining world, and the one is 5-axis and 3-axis machining in the same machine. What does that actually mean? Well, there's actually 2 beds set up, and it's a long machine, very wide, and this piece does 5-axis machining, and this is 3-axis machining. So it allows for real creativity inside based on the parts being made. One big door opens and shuts in the entire setup itself. Triple turret, twin spindle. Everyone likes one and done these days, right? If I can, instead of moving apart from 3 different machines, if I can do it all in one, why not? And then your integrated B-axis head with your turrets at the bottom as well to go in with the twin spindle. Now you have every capability that you want by milling and turning. It's everything all in one. And you mentioned automation as well. We all know the importance of automation, right? I mean, in summary, visit the booth, right? We kind of summed that up today, didn't we?
Yeah, good chat.
Good chat. Good chat. See you there.
I just want to know how much commission you're making because you just did a great sales pitch.
0.
First spinner.
It's called being a friend. You know what I mean? I would do the same for you, Megan. What can I do for you?
I know.
Yeah. How much commission you making?
0.
Yeah, we're here for the love of manufacture. Oh gosh, here we go singing again. All right, for everyone watching, this is Spinner, this is Celine, this is my girl Megan, my boy Eddie. If you're gonna show up at IMTS, fantastic. We want to see you there. MTD will be on the booth Wednesday, 12:30 to 2:30. But show up to the booth every day if you're going to IMTS. Booth number is 339448. Also, if you're not going to make it to IMTS, guess what? We'll be recording on the booth and we'll send you the details. Pay attention to your LinkedIn, YouTube, all your social media feeds. You know where to find us. Thank you all for watching and listening. We'll see you again soon.